what has been the biggest pinch me moment?
Should we go together? Is it the same?
I don't know what yours
Oh,
is.
right.
After 3, see if it's the same.
Oh, I don't
No,
think
I
it's
don't
going to
think
be
it's
now.
going to be the same.
3,
You
2.
go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
1.
Coldplay.
Ah!
I didn't think we were going to say the same thing, but I'm
Yeah,
glad
we did.
Yeah.
I always say that.
Hello and welcome to the Tooney Russo show with me, Vick. I'm here with two of football's most famous friends, Alessia Russo and Ella Toone. Woo! Oh, it feels nice, doesn't it? This pod is where you get to be a part of the conversation with Ella and Les to find out all the ingredients of a friendship that is over 10 years old. The girls are promised that nothing is off limits, so be prepared for everything and anything here with Tooney and Russo.
Woo.
Woo.
We're back.
We are back. Now, we're back on camera and on mic, but really we were chatting before we started rolling, and I do want to continue that chat because I think it's too good to ignore. We found Alessia Russo's Wiki feet. Now, for those who don't know, this is a collaborative celebrity feet website.
Collaborative.
Where your feet are rated by members of the general public who are that way inclined. Would you like to know your foot rating?
Yeah.
4.8 out of 5.
Oh, I thought you were
Beautiful
going to say
feet.
out of
What?
10.
No.
I thought you were going to say out of
No
10.
way.
87 total
That's
votes.
good.
55 have rated beautiful, 18 nice, 13 okay, 3 have said they're bad, and 2 have said ugly. But
I just said ugly.
No, they're not ugly.
Yeah, but you have got a crooked toe.
but
You have got a bad crooked
No,
toe.
I don't think they're bad. I would go 4.82.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
You wouldn't change them if you could, and you could get some 4.8 toes.
No, I'm happy. I agree with the 4.8.
Ella, the whole reason that we were looking at this was, of course, your feet, not Alessia's. And I can confirm that you too have a Wiki feet. It's lots of pictures that people have taken or that you've taken, and then they've zoomed into your feet on them. 110 total votes on here. You're a 4.7 out of 5 star.
Oh,
Wow.
Feet.
would you have
Hey,
given
we've got
yourself
gorgeous
that?
feet. Would I heck? I would not have
Would
given.
I heck?
Would I heck has given that? Do you know what? I actually took a picture on when I was on holiday, and Kira Walsh actually messaged me saying, laughing my head off, look at your feet. And I must have been conscious of them, and I just buried my toes in the sand. Like my toes just in the sand like that. Oh, it's so funny.
I think I remember that actually.
I've found a hack as well though, because my toes are quite long. When I wear heels, I can only wear the heels with the
Like a mule.
you know, to cover up like 3/4 of my toe.
Yeah.
And also, I've learnt from like models that when I'm taking pictures, to crunch them up so they actually sit like that.
Is that comfortable though?
No, not for the picture, but it looks a bit better, to be fair. It makes your toes look a bit smaller if you like just crunch them up like that.
I just want to describe for everyone listening to this as an audio podcast that Ella is showing me with her fingers what she does with her toes. But this is probably a good place to say that if you are listening, this pod is available to watch on YouTube as well, so you get the full audio visual spectacle. So just show your toes once more.
So
There we
my
go.
toes are in the heel, and then I would just crunch them up like that.
The reason we were talking about Ella's toes is because I offered you a pair of trainers to borrow because obviously you've come down to record this with us from Manchester and you forgot to bring an extra pair of shoes.
Yeah, so everyone, I look like I've got one pair of shoes in the wardrobe, but I've actually got a lot. They're just at home, just to clarify.
And you said, I could just do it with my shoes off because the setting for this podcast is like, we're at home.
I know, yeah, it does feel like
Yeah,
that.
I am
cozy.
quite homely. I could put my feet on
I'd
you.
like to put my feet up on here like
Yeah, I
you know.
could put my feet on. And we just discovered that the rug was so nice and shaggy.
It is shaggy.
Yeah.
It's a shaggy
Shaggy.
rug.
It's a
Shaggy
shaggy,
rug.
soft, shaggy rug.
We were trying to remember what the word is. You know when you're buying sheets, it's like the thread count.
Yeah.
Beds, it's like the tog.
The tog.
What is it for a rug? Is it the shag?
It might be, I think. I like that,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's very soft, though.
It's a nice
yeah, it's
rug.
nice.
It is a nice rug. How was your train journey down?
Better than the previous one. The previous one, I actually got severely travel sick, and I've never been travel sick in my life. But this one, yeah, it was actually quite smooth sailing.
we talked on the podcast, the first episode. Welcome back, by the way. This is really nice. It's nice to be back.
Yeah.
We talked about how we're going to get you to love London. Not that you have to. Like, this is where we're recording, and we want you to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will get there.
We'll get there, yeah. The more times I come, the more times I venture out, I'll be open-minded, as I've been told to be. I think we can really work on it.
Now, after we got to know each other a little bit better in our first episode, I thought I'd be less selfish and give everyone else listening the chance to ask a question of their own. Starting with you, Ella, because there's literally hundreds of questions about something that you are known for alongside your football. And you did mention it already in this podcast several times, actually. It's your love of lashes.
Oh, yeah.
We've had questions in about your lashes. When did they become such a part of your look?
I had them, then I didn't have them, and then I was like, no, I need them because I look about 12 without them. Like, I just didn't feel nice. You know what I mean? And I now, and for some reason, when I have my lashes on, I feel like I look more tanned as well, and I just, it's just me now, but the hard work to keep on top of, to be honest.
Oh, I know.
And then sometimes I get to that point where I've got about 3 sticking out, and I'm like, oh, this is awful. But yeah, I am known for my lashes, which is a bit mad.
I know the feeling when they're like spiders' legs.
Oh yeah,
when they're on their last leg.
and I always sleep on one side, and
Yeah.
one eye's lovely, and one eye's just got about 3 left in. But Les used to actually wear them, didn't you?
I did used to have them, yeah. Now I get LVL, is it called?
Yeah,
Where you
yeah.
get like a little lash lift and mascara on a game day. That's about it.
Do you care about your appearance when you're playing? Because if it's televised or a lot of people watching, is it something that matters to you, or is it an afterthought?
I mean, I always take pride in how I look.
Yeah. I always say, feel good, look good, play
Yeah.
good.
It's a motto for life.
Yeah. Might get it tattooed on me.
We'll do it on the show.
Why don't we get a
Matching
trio
trio
tattoo?
Let's all
tattoos.
get. Why don't one of us get look good, feel good, play good? Do you have any other like pre-match rituals or any superstitions?
I used to be really bad for superstitions. Like, I used to have loads of like stupid ones. As each season comes, I try and get rid of a few, because don't know why we have them, but I feel like every footballer has them for some reason. I used to sing the same chant every match day.
What was that?
I threw that out the window.
Woke up this morning.
Feeling fine. Got Man United on my mind. United are playing the way that United should. Oh yeah. Something tells me I'm onto something good. But like, I'd wake up and I'd sing it to myself, and I'm like, how's that helping me on the pitch in 3 hours? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why can I not get on with my day without singing that chant? I wear the same sports bra and knickers. Obviously, I wash them. My mum washes them. And then when the ref blows the whistle, I shout, come on, straight in, every time.
Yeah. I listen to the same playlist every game day.
Is it country? Is it?
It honestly has everything in it. It has like country, R&B, a little bit of house, a little bit of like not sad music, but like, I don't know, like Adele. Not sad music, but like mellow. Yeah. And then I jump 7 times before the whistle blows. Don't know why. Don't know how it starts.
Always 7.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I actually have 7 tattooed on me here.
It was for me.
And everyone thinks it's for Tooney.
Oh, there's another rumour from the last pod we were talking on, that apparently Les got that tattoo for me.
Yeah. I mean, I love you, but I didn't.
No, and I would never expect you to do that.
But maybe we will get matching tattoos.
Maybe.
Or are you one and done?
I've said I'm one and done, so
Where's your one?
hiding under the watch.
Which is it?
A little love heart.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it doesn't look dissimilar.
No,
it doesn't.
It's
It's the same place, isn't it?
in Ibiza. I don't know if you've been to Ushuaia, but
We loved it.
Best night of my life.
we'll come back this summer.
We're coming.
Yeah, we'll
Come
be
back, we'll go together. They have, I don't know if you've noticed, they have like a little tattoo parlour on site, which is so dangerous.
There. Wow, in Ushuaia?
Yeah, in the club.
Oh,
my
wow.
God.
I bet
And
that's...
on a Saturday, because it's ants, you can only get ants. And me and my brothers at this point were like, not too bad. We're still making sense. We were like, can we get our tattoos? We're going to get our initials. And they were like, we only do ants. And we were like, we don't want ants. Can you do letters? Like just very simple letters like ants or nothing. We got so close to ending up with ants tattooed on our bodies. But they're like, if you come back at 2 a.m, we turn into a regular tattoo parlour and you can get something other than ants.
Nice.
Yeah, but by the time it was 2 a.m, nobody remembers getting them. We all woke up the next morning and we were like, whoa. That and then 3 birds on my rib cage, which it turns out are the Lib Dem logo. I didn't know at the time.
Oh, it's not 3 birds for us 3.
It's the 3 birds for the 3 of us. If you have got a question or something that you want to discuss, make sure you use that hashtag. It's hashtag Tooney Russo so we know where to find it. Okay, we've got another question here from AMC who asks, aside from football, what other skill would you each love to learn?
I'd love to speak a language. Spanish.
But you could do that.
I'm pretty much fluent.
Go on, give
I
me a
could, but
paragraph.
I've just got no time. I just can't commit to learning a language. I mean, I tried to in school, and it was hard.
Yeah.
Podemos practicar juntas.
Oh, can you speak
That was
Spanish?
good.
We can practice together. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've got my Argentina shirt here because I used to live in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, which is where they speak Spanish. Yeah.
Nice.
So you're fluent?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's so cool. There you go.
I actually did Spanish at high school, GCSE, and I was really good at speaking it. Like I have this like accent, but I couldn't listen to it. I couldn't read it. But we did a speaking exam anyway. I had to memorize these 6 Spanish paragraphs. I still know the paragraph, and Les always makes me do it.
She can.
To
She can still do
everyone.
it.
Hola, me llamo Ella, tengo 15 años. Mi cumpleaños es el 2 de septiembre. Tengo los ojos verdes y tengo el pelo y corto y castaño. Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? I just add that bit on at the end. I just add that bit on at the end because it makes me sound like good.
No, because it turns it into a conversation.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah.
And you? Tell me about you.
Yeah.
I thought that was just a round of applause.
It's mad that how you remember that though from like
It is.
how many years ago now? Like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
I feel like Les is dead proud because she always makes me do
Yeah.
it.
I am. I do like it when you do that.
That was giving me proper like, you're doing great, sweetie.
I'm
Vibes.
so proud of you.
So proud of you. I thought that was great. I feel like we should continue these lessons.
Yeah.
I used to tutor Spanish
Oh,
when I
wow.
was at uni, like A-level students and GCSE students. So if you want,
I
we
found
can
my
do
teacher.
we can do some conversation classes. What about you, Alessia? If you weren't playing football, like, what would it be, or what would you like to learn? Anything that you'd like to do?
I would love to play instruments. Not instruments. I'd love to. Why are you looking at me like
I
that?
was thinking how many?
I'd love to be able to
I
play
want
the
to learn
piano.
instruments.
Everything. No, I'd love to play the piano, but I'd also love to just travel the world, see everything, and just If maybe after football, I'd
Yeah.
like to do that.
It's never too late.
No.
When you're playing with players for whom English is not their first language, have you found that generally they have spoken really good English?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they all
Is it the
speak
case?
really good
Yeah.
English. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like they learn so fast. Like they come at first and they find it really difficult, and then they're fluent, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, you actually had a Manchester accent when you was with me all the
Yeah,
time.
I
My
did.
mum used to say, "Ella, Alessia sounds like she's from Manchester. Like she's spending too much time with you."
Yeah, her accent's so strong, and she's so like. I feel like I just adapted to it when I
Yeah,
was
you
with
probably just picked things up.
I feel like I'm a bit of a chameleon.
Well, I mean, you did go American as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. I just fit into my surroundings.
Yeah.
How else is anyone supposed to know what sport she plays? They'll think it's football. American.
Exactly, Vic. What's your favourite English accent?
English, I'm going to say the Geordie accent. I'm gutted that I don't have one. I've got my Newcastle shirt behind me.
Love it.
That's where I was born and bred.
The Toone.
The Toone.
Toone.
Toone. Black and white Arnie. I was brought up going to St James's Park by my uncles on both sides had season tickets, and it was just a really special thing.
Yeah.
My mum is Nigerian. She came over when she was 11, and she learnt English kind of from watching the BBC and the news and stuff. I think she was trying to give people no reason to think she was anything less than in a situation where she was already struggling,
Yeah.
and being the only black person in however many mile radius. So she was really careful to try and speak this sort of Queen's English and then teach us as well,
Yeah.
me and my brothers. And looking back, I'm like, I get it, I get why. But I also would have loved a Geordie
Yeah,
accent because
Geordie
it's
accent,
so
yeah.
It
it's
is
so
cool.
warm, isn't it? We all love Ant and Deck.
Yeah.
but here we are. But my ex used to say when I go home to Newcastle and I've had a few drinks and I'm with my friends, he said I was 5 times more Geordie. What about you?
What are you
Not
gonna say?
sure.
Wigan.
No.
That's your accent.
No, it's not.
It is.
Oh, I have this argument all the time, Vic. Like, people say I'm from Wigan, and it's not a bad thing. But I've got a Manchester postcode.
But when you drive on your road,
It says "Welcome to Wigan." All right.
it says.
Oh, that
"Welcome to
sounds like you're
Wigan."
from Wigan.
I don't know. I've got a Manchester postcode. So.
Yeah.
But the only problem is that my mum and dad, and me, pay the council tax to Wigan Council.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's where we're all.
It's confusing, you know, these
Bloodlines.
postcodes.
Yeah, the blurred lines.
These,
Anyway.
these county lines. If you want to know about postcodes, check your council's website.
If you're looking for a podcast to binge, apart from ours, obviously, we think you'd love Miss Me. Lifelong friends Lily Allen and Makita Oliver discuss everything from the highs and lows of their lives to the biggest cultural moments of the week. Listen to every episode on BBC Sounds.
This week, I wanted to chat about something that you have both experienced that maybe not a lot of people will go through in their lives, and that is that explosion of fame and interest in your lives that you were exposed to after winning the Euros. First of all, do you see yourselves as like famous?
No. Never. No.
Is there a restaurant in your hometown that has your picture up on the wall?
Not a restaurant, but there is a pub
Yeah.
in
You're
Tilsley.
famous.
And I am on the side of that, yeah. And it's pretty big, to be fair. And yeah, it's sick, actually. Yeah, every time I drive past, see myself on more. Well, I'm not in a restaurant. That's
Restaurant.
Restaurant. You always laugh at me
I
for
always
saying
love how she says restaurant.
that. Yeah, I'm not in a restaurant just yet.
Restaurant.
Talk to me about those first few days after lifting that trophy. How did you feel like your lives changed?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't
Crazy.
it? Really weird. Yeah, I remember actually, like, after the Euros, like, the first few days, almost feeling like, not lost, but, like, you go from being on a schedule for, how long were we there, 6 weeks maybe, to then winning it and, like, having the highest of highs, and then coming out, and you're just back in normal life, like, you've got some time off, didn't know what to do with myself, didn't know, had to start cooking again, had to start, like, getting my head, like, out of that. It was, yeah, you like almost come down from such an amazing experience.
It felt like you were let back into the wild. Like the world was like the wild. Like, because we were in such a bubble and we didn't see the impact that we were having outside of that bubble. We didn't see how big it was. We didn't see, obviously you saw the crowds and all that, but you didn't know until then we'd got out of it how big it actually was. And I think that just took us all by surprise, 100%. Like, I remember we'd finished, we'd won, we'd had the party and whatever, and I went back home because I was flying to Ibiza the day after, so I had to go home, get my lashes done, get my nails done quick before I got on the plane. And I remember getting to the airport and loads of people were coming up to me, and I was thinking, that's weird, like that's not happened before. My boyfriend was like, Ellie, you do know you've just won the Euros, like your life's changed, like, and I think that was just from then on, I was like, wow, like, we've done something massive here. Like, you can't go to the airport now without getting stopped and getting asked for pictures and autographs and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it was a massive change after lifting that trophy.
And I actually think it maybe people don't talk about it as much, but I think a lot of us struggled a little bit.
100%, and I think we're still struggling. I probably would say I'm still struggling with it. Yeah.
Just because we were literally no one cared, no one talked, we could literally just play football and that is it. And now you're under so much scrutiny all the time, like pressure, and I get that that's the game's growing, women's football's growing, and that's exactly what we want for it,
but you're never prepared for it, and you're never taught
it's
anything.
hard at times.
Yeah.
What sort of pressure is that you're feeling from the outside world?
I think we've learned a lot, like, to deal with it a lot better, but at the start it was like people care so much about you, about your personal life, about what you're doing on your days off, what you're doing here, there, and why you're going to this, and it's just like, whoa, like, just trying to live my life, play football and keep it quiet. So
And I think you appreciate all the famous people You know how they live their lives and they're in the public eye all the time, and you never once thought that was gonna be you. Obviously, we're not on as big a scale as my mate Elton John.
Talk to me about the celebrations.
Oh wow!
After you lift that trophy.
Yeah, it was a great night.
Oh, it was unbelievable. You know what's really sad? It started on the pitch and in the changing rooms, and Les actually got antidoped.
Yeah. I had drug testing after the Euro finals. So it means like as soon as you come off the pitch, you have to go straight into the doping control room, and you have to like do all your forms, and you have to do a urine sample before you can go back and be with like the rest of the team. So, and after you play a game as well, you're dehydrated and you're adrenaline.
I can't wait for hours after a game.
So I was like, the one game that I did not want to get it. No, it's true. You get
it is. I really struggle. You were quite fast, to be fair.
I was, but I don't know. I just think everything was just like, Les, come on, you need to get this done so you can go.
We stayed out on the pitch for longer though, so you had like your Coke, because when you drink fizzy drinks, it helps and stuff, and cup of tea and beer and whatever.
Yeah.
So I stayed out on the pitch with you actually a bit longer.
Yeah, you can stay out on the pitch without going in, but as soon as you walk through the tunnel, you have to go into the doping control office. So we just enjoyed the celebrations.
But then when we went into the changing rooms, like we were dancing, singing, whatever. The trophy was in the middle of the changing room. We were dancing around it and all that. And I was like, oh, Les ain't even here.
I know.
How long does the anti-doping take?
Can take as long, however long it takes is like until you've weed. And you need to do like, what is it, 90?
Yeah, it's a lot. So I felt really bad for you. Then we went back to the hotel, and then it was so good.
I remember I did a tequila shot with my whole family, and my nan was like having a tequila shot. And she's like, at the time she was like 82, and she was just there with everyone in the circle with like these tequila shots.
And all my mates were there, and my brother, my boyfriend, and honestly, it was just such a good night celebrating with each other, but our families as well, who had been to every single game up and down the country supporting us. So yeah, it was unbelievable. There was a DJ, dance floor.
Yeah, it was so good.
Everyone was on people's shoulders. Like, yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That morning, though, we had to go to Trafalgar Square, is it? And, like, get on stage and whatever with the trophy. And it was so hot that day. And we were all hungover. Like, we'd had no sleep. Like, everyone was just like... I had a bucket hat on because my hair was just a mess. Like, it was just...
It was like a greenhouse on the stage,
yeah, like, we were all sweating. Like, wow, this is mad. And all these people were there watching us, and...
Are you okay on hangovers usually, or?
I'm getting worse with age, man. I'm only 24.
Okay, I'm 34 and I can't drink anymore.
Yeah, really? I don't know what's happened to me at the moment, whether something's allergic or something's going on, but it's not good.
Were there any particularly surreal moments or moments that really stick with you?
The end of
the
game.
Final whistle.
Yeah. Me and Tooney were like over on the right-hand side of the pitch, and a ball had just been played forward, and I was like chasing it down, and Tooney was kind of behind me, and then the whistle went, and I just turned around, and Tooney just ran towards me and jumped on me, and there's a really cool picture of it.
Yeah, every time I see that picture, I get goosebumps.
Yeah,
like, I've never felt that many emotions in like one second.
Yeah,
it was so weird.
It was
like I was so happy, but I was crying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I think it was when we came out of the tournament and we were back into our normal lives that we were like, whoa, what have we just done?
Yeah, definitely. And I think I noticed that when I got packed.
What happened?
When I went to get my eyelashes and nails done before I went to Ibiza, I went to my local Green Ouches and got a pasty. Anyway, I'm stood outside shop eating it, minding my own business. I'm in paper.
Eating the pasty?
Eating the pasty.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
And then...
Leave a woman to eat a pasty
honestly,
in peace.
Just let me eat my pasty in peace.
Honestly, scavengers, the lot of them.
They gave me the pasty for free, though, bless them, in Green Ouches, they did, yeah. And then in Ibiza, they were there every day.
Ibiza is the worst. The reason I say Ibiza is the worst is because they're in the sea. So,
yeah,
they're in the sea. And I did not realise this until pictures appeared. And they're topless. I'm on the beach. Like, but you wouldn't go up to, and this is a very serious point, you would not go up to a woman wearing no top and just take a picture of her breasts. Like, that is surely sexual assault. Yeah. It's a violation. And yet, for some reason, it's legal. And they can sell the pictures. And I once got in touch with the papers and I was like, can you take those pictures out? Because it's my nipples. Like, I think that should be illegal. And they were like, well, it's a public beach. you could go to a private one. I was like, well, no, because I don't want to stop living my life. So they were like, okay, we'll do you a favour, we'll take them out. And they just replaced them with pictures of my bum. I was in a thong. I don't know what's worse.
Cheeky, aren't they? Like, why are you papping me? Like, I'm embarrassed that you're papping me. I think people are looking at me thinking, who is that?
Would you do anything different for fear of the paps? Like, have you changed the way you live, or are you like, you know what? No, I don't have to do that because it's my life. Like, just because someone's taking a photograph.
I just need to smile all the time just in case they get me on a bad day.
It makes you really realise that you've got a resting bitch face.
Yeah. Honestly, I was like to my boyfriend, I need to look like, if I'm shouting at you, that I'm smiling while I'm doing it.
Prior to that, over the course of the summer, when you're training and when you're travelling and playing together, camp, like, that must be a lot of fun. You're with your mates, you're playing football.
Yeah.
We love it, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We go to such amazing places. Like you say, we're playing football every single day with the best footballers in the country. Like, the training's unreal.
Yeah.
You with your best mates. You see people that you don't really see a lot. You catch up. And yeah, you just play board games all the time, don't you?
Yeah. That's my idea of heaven.
That's what we do anyway.
So I was just a little bit better at football. But I mean, I feel like we could probably do a full episode on what it's like at camp. I feel like there's probably a lot of stories. Obviously, being in the public eye, it can have its drawbacks, like we've discussed. But for the next few minutes, I just want to focus on the positives. What has been the biggest pinch me moment?
Should we go together? Is it the same?
I don't know what yours is.
Right.
After 3, see if it's the same.
Oh, I don't
No,
think
I
it's
don't think it's going to be the same.
3.
You go
2.
first.
Okay, I'll go first.
1.
Coldplay.
Yeah!
When they wrote the names on the drum.
Yeah, so basically,
Yeah.
me and Les had on our bucket list for years, we want to go and watch Coldplay. They invited us to a concert at Wembley. This was the first time we'd gone back after winning the Euros.
It was only like a few weeks after, wasn't it?
We went to Wembley together and watched Coldplay, so that was both ticked off our bucket list. And Coldplay actually wrote all of our names on the drum.
Like the whole Lionesses.
All the Lionesses.
Yeah. One of the best concerts I've ever been to in
Yeah.
my life, yeah.
And would go back again in a heartbeat.
For sure. But it was just nice that it was on both our lists and we wanted to do that anyway. And then we got
I didn't think
asked
we were
to
going
go.
to say the same thing, but I'm
Yeah,
glad
we did.
Yeah.
I always say that.
Who have you met that you never thought you would have the chance to and that you were just so made up about?
I've met Alex Ferguson now a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I speak to him, I'm just in awe. Like, I grew up watching his Manchester United team. Like, he won everything, and yeah, he was just what made me fall in love with Manchester United as a club. So now to have times where I've sat next to him at games, I've spoke to him a few times, I'm just like, wow, like you are just an amazing man.
Yeah.
What was chatting to Fergie like?
Oh, amazing. I remember, were you there when at United he actually came in and spoke to us as a team, and this was before we played Arsenal at the Emirates.
Yeah.
So that was just, honestly, we were all sat there and I was just like this. If you're listening to the pod, I've got my mouth wide open.
Go and watch it on YouTube and you'll be able to see.
And then I went to one of the games and I actually was sat in front of him and he was talking to me or whatever. And then I came back out for the second half and I was a couple minutes late. He was like, "You're late, Mrs. Toone." That was Scottish. And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I just went to the toilet," like dead like finger. But honestly, he's such a nice person and someone who, every time he speaks, you just want to listen to every word that he has to say.
Alessia, the first time I met you was at an event. I was giving you an award at a magazine event, and it was all these amazing women there.
Yeah.
And that was one night where I was like, oh my God, look, there's Janelle Monáe.
Yeah.
There's, at one point, Ginger Spice.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry Halliwell.
Yeah.
I think she sat next to you.
I know, I was nervous sitting down. She was sat right next to me.
I was going to say, because I was like making eyes at you. That sounds weird. I was like trying to catch your eye across the table. And I was like, hi, nice to meet you. But there's Ginger.
Yeah, me too. I was like that as well.
She loves a football,
Yeah,
doesn't
she does love
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
I think she comes to a few games.
Yeah.
She was lovely. Really, really nice.
What did she chat to you about?
Everything. Oh, she was talking to me about the speech because I had to do a speech, didn't I?
Yeah.
She was like, just picture everyone naked. Yeah.
I've heard that before.
No, she was really nice. She was just super normal, super chilled.
There's something about those Spice Girls, because I grew up and that was like the bastion of girl power, and it really meant a lot. So seeing her, and I remember how much me and my friends at the time were like obsessed with them and what they stood for, and how they made you feel like you could be unapologetically you, which was this really cool, liberating concept. When I saw her, I was like, and she shouted across the table, she went, "Congratulations on getting married!" And I was like, how do you know?
Yeah, she seemed very in the know about everything, to be fair to her.
Yeah, it made me think, she researched us all around this table. Who's made you the most nervous that you've met over the years?
I'm just nervous all the time, me. Like, until I proper meet someone, I am nervous. I remember the first thing we did after the Euros was the Pride of Britain Awards.
Oh, yeah.
And there was so many people in that room where we were like, wow, like, watch you on the telly all the time.
Do you know who I loved seeing at the Pride of Britain? The Chasers. Yeah. I love The Chase.
Yeah. Oh, The Chase, yeah.
Oh, my God. It's like, I watch it like pretty much every day when I get home from training.
Favourite chaser?
I would hate to go against the Beast because, I mean, I'd lose against any of them, but I love a game show, if you can tell.
The stuff that comes with it is very much secondary, like going to these events, the Pride of Britain or whatever, but it is a bit of fun. I think that's the best way to treat it, is just be like, well, it's just like a chance to dress up and see amazing people.
That is the thing.
But it's a nightmare.
It's hard
I don't know how
work.
you do it, because the first time was that Pride of Britain right after the Euros.
You had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah,
what happened?
I was wearing a dress, and it was like gifted for the night, and then I would wear it, and so I'd obviously not really tried it on properly. Oh my God, I had about 6 safety pins either side.
You were faffing a lot, wasn't you?
It was like really low cut here. So I needed to pinch it together a little bit, and I had like pins and then it was all digging into me during the show, and I was thinking, for God's sake, I wish I just wore another dress.
Yeah.
And then the following year I wore another dress, a lot more comfortable dress. I went and bought it like the weekend before, and then I wore it, and I was sat at the table and I thought, what is that digging into the back? And I turned around and got one of the girls to look at it. Like all 5 tags were just
Had you been down the red carpet?
No, I was sat on my table, like already done the red carpet, already meet everyone, and sat down, was eating dinner like in the middle of a circle table in the middle of the room, and I just had like 5 tags down the back. No one told me.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I think we definitely got used to dressing up more, and I've realised now you've just got to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, because if you don't feel comfortable and you sat there for like 4 hours, like, you know what I mean? It's it's horrible.
I'll tell you why, because you look good, you feel good, you play good.
Yes.
100%.
Amen.
Yeah. It's all about comfort, because when you're comfortable, then you're confident, and then you look really sexy anyway.
Yeah. Even when we do shoots and they put us in some outfits.
Yeah.
I mean,
how have you found the like fashion side of things? Because I've seen you guys have done some like high fashion shoots.
Yeah, I mean, we've always been into it, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've loved fashion, like, always. I love shopping. I love looking at different things. But sometimes I don't get it. But
I would never pick it. But when I'm there, I'm like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Like, they obviously think it's cool, so I'm going to put it on. There was one, though, where you came with me, and I had this like long skirt thing on, and they had me posing on a stool.
Oh my god!
And I'm like that. I'm like a watch on YouTube. Dangling off the end of the stool. Like,
yeah.
And all I could see was Les in the background laughing her head off. I looked like a bird. But I was just like, let's go for it.
Yeah.
I think if someone dressed me like that every day, I would like it. Like I would like to be out there and quirky and that, but I would never pick it myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's having the time in the morning to pick it. It's great if it's for,
Yeah.
like you say, it's a piece of art. It's a bit creative and someone's putting the time and the effort into it. But it is a bit of fun. It's like, would I get a chance to do this otherwise? No, so may as well enjoy it.
Exactly. I think like we've been offered so many like different and amazing opportunities after like the Euros and the World Cup and stuff like that. So we're like, why not just go and do everything that we can and explore and meet new people and go to events that we never thought we'd ever be invited to. But yeah, it's really nice, and it's nice to dress up and not just always be in a footy kit, you know.
I feel like that's a really great approach to take from that whirlwind that has been your footballing career so far, and those highs and those successes and those accolades and everything that comes with it. It's like, well, why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
May as
We've
well.
earned it.
Yeah. You definitely have. We are almost out of time on this episode, but before we go, first of all, Elle, have you changed your mind about borrowing some trainers? Or?
Yeah, depends what you've got. Send me some pics tonight.
Oh, okay. When I get home, I'll just go through my wardrobe. But something that did strike me is that we are slowly building a playlist of tunes that you lot have mentioned on the podcast. And we've only just got started. So we've got so far, Rick Astley's been mentioned.
Yeah.
We had a little sing-song to the last episode. Elton John, you sort of posited that he is the most famous person that there is.
One of, probably, yeah.
He's up there.
Yeah.
Coldplay, we've talked about. Adele's been mentioned. Luke Combs, of course, less. Spice Girls, Smooth FM just in general. Gladys Knight as well. So I'm looking forward to building up tracks for our pod playlist. I feel like this is the type of thing that we can do on BBC Sounds, have like an accompanying playlist. And so if anyone is out on their morning run and they've listened to the pod, they then have like the tracks to go with it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I would definitely listen to that playlist.
Yeah, me too.
That's our soundtrack.
Our playlist.
So to play us out before we wrap up, hit me one song.
Go on, Les.
Fairground, Simply Red.
It's going straight on there. It's going straight on there.
Yeah.
What a tune.
Yeah, you liked that last camp, didn't you?
I
You
did,
played
yeah.
that a
Leah
lot.
played it in the change room a few weeks ago and I've just not been able to stop listening to it.
Yeah, good shout.
Love,
Yep.
Coming home to you.
See you next time. Way. Oh. Thanks, guys.
I know we can make it.
Thank you very much for tuning into the Tooney and Russo show. Make sure you hit follow and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And remember, you can find the podcast Miss Me with Nikita Oliver and Lily Allen over on BBC Sounds. Thank you so much for watching.